So if you do the bigger wall, did you see the ramp?
Mm-hmm.
He just won.
Oh, he just won?
Well,
he's the American Ninja Warrior?
Well, he did the thing. But there's two walls that you go up. And
Yeah.
one of them, like he did that one, or it ends the course, you go on to the next course. But if you do the second one, it's way taller, but you win 10 grand.
He just won 10 grand?
No.
Oh.
Lock in. He went to the smaller one.
Oh, he did.
If he had done the bigger one, he would have also completed it, but also win 10 grand, but it's way harder. And you risk, if you don't complete it, basically each episode that has like 40 people that go in each city. And
action. Yeah, boy. Hi everybody, it's me from Superstar Zine. My name is Eli. I'm here with Simon Pruitt. I'm doing a quick interview about the legendary Dallas venue, Sound Sounds B-Side. So what is your name and what do you do?
you just said.
I need the full go.
Okay. My name is Simon Pruitt. I'm a writer, and I run a cool music venue called Sound Sounds B-Side, and a new cool movie theater called Spacey.
Sweet.
So, yeah, pretty sick.
Beautiful. Okay, second question. How long has Sound Sounds B-Side been a thing, and how did it come about?
So it opened in January 2024, before I met you. You whistled. That's it. So Sound Sounds itself is a music school. I met the owners of the school. The school has been around for 20 years this year. I went to you as well. I met the owners, a couple named Mark and Amy, who run the school. They were in a building that had two sides, and one side they're using for the school, and the other was a nail salon. And when I actually know when you know this story.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
So I was booking shows for myself for a while, and then I met Mark and Amy, and they said they just got the second side to their school that was empty, and they kind of wanted to turn it into like a lounge listening room. And so on a whim, 10 minutes into meeting this couple, I pitched them this idea of like, no, like I live 5 minutes down the road from it, and I was like, this neighborhood does not have a music venue.
So you didn't like know them previously?
I met them 10 minutes before,
Are
and I
you
made
serious?
this whole pitch. Yeah, and I was
okay,
like,
I thought you were like connected to like their music school in some way.
no, not at all. No,
Oh.
so I was working for a record label that they were performing at a show that the label put on. So we
Okay,
were professionally connected, but only from that night. I never met them before.
Okay. And you were booking shows, you said, so like.
I was like kind
you were
of
just
throwing
like
parties
kind of
basically.
making like okay.
Yeah.
What kind of venues were you like booking?
So the first one was at the Granada Theater.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
When I was and it's a big theater in Dallas. I started when I was 17 doing these shows. It was a lot. So anyway, I had the experience of doing these shows, so they knew I knew what I was talking about a little bit, and I made them this pitch that I live in this neighborhood. There's no music scene here. We need to create this like kind of DIY sort of grungy venue.
It is like a hub. I feel like in that area. Like
It is now, yeah, because there's
around
nothing. And so I was like, if you turn it into a rehearsal space or whatever, that's cool, but that's not really creating like a scene. And so anyway, a couple days later, I had a key. So we decided to start in January and painted the room, got all the sound gear. Well, they had most of the gear already.
It is really nice that they're like a music school already, so it's like
Yeah, right.
just kind of like
Right, so they're sitting
seamlessly.
Yeah, they're sitting
blended
on so much gear
Yeah.
for free. So yeah, it's really cool. Punk rock scene. I mean, we've done a lot. We had a classical pianist play there one time.
There's
It's been all
really
over
a
the place.
variety of like acts that have come through there. I've seen
Yeah.
I feel like some venues, like usually like Denton venues, are like you kind of like know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But like you go to Dallas and you're not really sure like what
Right.
the DIY scene's like. So I feel like I don't know. It's just the variety is very impressive there. It's kind of a
Thank
very
you.
welcoming space.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a lot of great.
Check it out for yourself though.
Yeah, a lot of great people that play.
Sound style. Do you think being part of a DIY community has impacted your life, and have you seen an impact on any others?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the point of it, I think, in all cities or all places. I mean, even today. So, context, we're here today.
Yeah,
5 minutes ago, we were at this new magazine shop that opened that, similar to Zounds, you or I actually have no part of.
Yeah.
But we went in there.
It was my first time meeting with
Right, but I feel like DIY is very, very much a spirit of like, we have nothing spiritual. We have nothing like financially or professionally there, but spiritually, you walk in, you're like, okay, so you need to put a shelf in the front of these local things, right? So I think it's cool. Like, yeah, it has impacted my life because I sort of okay, at the risk of sounding it like one of those like super businessy people, because that's not how I mean it. I mean it in like an art, in a beauty way.
Yes.
But I sort of, when you're at these like DIY spaces, which we're in a nail salon, like we don't have a stage. It's a very, but you turn it into something, right? I think it's cool going through life, looking at places and seeing like what you could turn it into to make it more beautiful. Whereas, and I think that's sort of the nature, the kind of through line of like these DIY places and the people themselves too, you know, like everyone that plays at our place, they do these house shows. We had a couple like 16-year-olds that did a musical at Zounds. I know,
That's cool.
which is like so crazy, because not only is the space not really cut out for music, like if you were just looking at it, but also like they did a full like stage production.
Yeah.
So I feel like
With no stage.
yeah, so people really feel they have like the leash to take weird swings and weird chances that people who have established venues and established places aren't able to. It's not saying they like, the establishment, they don't want to. They're just not able to because of money, because of right. So I think it's cool creating things out of nothing, because you can create anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if you create out of something, the something becomes like a limited resource.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
kind of like what your project kind of morphs to the venue if you're like working with that kind of like bigger, like less DIY.
Exactly.
Like, people and like venues and like the space like not being cut out for anything in particular kind of makes it like an open mold for like people to do whatever they need to.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
That's how I see it too. That's how I want it to be seen. So
Sweet.
yeah.
What makes Soundsaw's B-side so special? We've kind of dabbled into this, but if there's anything you'd like to...
I mean, I think what I said makes it special. Okay, I think that something I haven't said is that because it's a school, a majority of the shows will have a band that are all in high school or young college. And somebody said, I don't remember who said this to me, but it was really impactful to me. I don't want to sound like paternal,
yeah.
but in a way, I don't have any siblings. Like, I'm the only child, and I am the oldest cousin. So I have like cousins that are close to my age, but I'm the oldest one of that. So I was always kind of like, I never had that. And I think it's really cool. Someone said that for all these kids, I mean, they're like only 3 or 4 years younger than me, but like high school kids, years from now, that these are like their formative times. You know, it's like, because remember this like cool space. And the thing is, I listen to all their music all the time. Like, I'm a huge fan. I know the words. Like, sometimes it's kind of embarrassing, and other times I'm like, actually, no, it's really cool, because I
have like such a complicated dynamic with that, because like I don't want anyone like there's this weird like social aspect where like it gets to some people's heads, and then like if you take that like away and you strip it down and you're like, no, this is like beautiful art and we're like sharing it, if it's like a shared experience, I feel like that's where the beauty comes along, and like I feel like that is so like prevalent in like the Zound scene. Like, I feel like everybody's just kind of like grateful to have like that space.
Right. Well, and a lot of the people who attended Zounds have been attending since they were like a kid, like 8, and now they're going to college and they're playing their last show at Zounds. It's very cool. And on the paternal note,
yes,
it's strange because in a way I see them as equals, but obviously we're not. But I just get very like proud of them a lot, because there's certain people in particular that like, so we've only been since January of 24, so it's July 25 right now. But I've seen people who have played there multiple times that were like started playing when they're 16. Like, I see them get so much better. I'm like, whoa, like your songwriting's gotten better, your presence, like it's kind of crazy to chart being at a venue where you get the same recurring people over and over again, both in the audience and there. It's really special because you see the progression, as opposed to, like a Live Nation venue. It's like people you're kind of just being used as a space, whereas this, I really almost view it as like a home or like a label almost, Yeah. Part of the pitch that I made to Mark and Amy, who own Zounds, when I first met them, was like, how we're at Kava bar right now in Oak Cliff. This isn't really like a proper bar, but in the same sense that like a bar like Cheers or something will have like, oh, everyone knows your name, or when you go in there's Joe on the side, like the regulars. I was like, why shouldn't there be a music venue that has like regulars in the crowd, where they're showing up no matter what the music is, because they know the vibe, they want to hang out with me, they want to hang out with the other people there. Like, that was always my concept, not just to have a place that sounds really good. Like, it honestly doesn't sound that great some nights. Actually, it's decent, but you know my point.
I feel like that's also a very powerful thing to have those regulars, because the thing about like this DIY music is like people don't know really a lot of the bands. Like a lot of the shows that I've been to, I've never heard anything of theirs. Like I'm not even gonna look them up. I'm just gonna go because I know like XYZ people are gonna be there. So like why not and get exposed to that music like while hanging out with friends. So it's like that's such a wonderful first impression to like share with other people.
Yeah, I think that's the story of a lot of people, and I will say that from my perspective. And this is not a shot at any other DIY places, but like, you say some people don't have it all together. Obviously, some people are going to be better than others, but a lot of DIY places around the world sort of think of it. I feel like they don't attach any like prestige to it. Which obviously
they don't take as much seriously. Maybe.
Well, yeah, it's obviously cool that it's underground and stuff, but like I wouldn't book anyone that I don't like, that I don't really listen to their music. I've definitely turned bands down.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times DIY can be synonymous with like no frills, any open mic, anything goes, and like that's not what Zounds ever is going to be.
It's like experimental is like welcome, but like it's not.
Sure, but it's not inmates running the asylum. It's not like we let anything happen. I think it's cool when people show up not knowing anything about it, but like from the people booking it, we know everything, and we're like super excited every time. I'm like, this is great.
That's like beautiful because you're like curating kind of a set list for your community, and your community shows up just to be part of it.
To me, announcing a show is an endorsement. I'm like, hey guys, to all my friends, I want you to think this is good. Like, come hang out, So, yeah.
What is your favorite memory or let me restart. What is your favorite memory or part of hosting shows at Zounds?
Well, I told you my favorite part for sure. All of my favorite parts.
You have like a good moment that like really hits your heart where you're like, wow, this is.
Jeez, I mean, I could talk all day. There's a bunch of moments that are actually not similar to each other that were special in different ways. So, like, obviously, I'm always going to remember the first show. It was the Ottoman Turks. Kind of a special thing. They're like a country rock band. They're on the label that I was working for. That I sort of left because I was going. I didn't leave. I mean, it's not like leave them. But, like, I stopped working with them as much because I was at Zounds. So, I thought that was kind of a passing of the torch thing. Like, wanted to have someone from State Fair Records, the label. So that was really special because it was the first night, but it was also like the room looked so different from how it is now. I think the first one that was like truly crazy packed and sold out was a Zounds band called AKA. You've seen them?
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah. And so it's a three-piece punk band. Oh yikes!
Eagle's hair.
So AKA. They like are all Zounds like lifers. Yeah, they're all going to college now though. So Mark, for their senior year of high school, was like, we're making a record. He took them to a recording studio and did a whole thing. Yeah, it was like Mark's the man. And so they did like their album release show at Zounds. And so obviously I wasn't around for the history of this, but so many people showed up because it was this culmination of like. So Kate is the lead singer and bass player. Kate's been doing Zounds for I don't know how many years, and so finally, first album out, playing at Zounds, it was jam packed like crazy. It was crazy. So that one's always very special to me. Our first like really high profile artist to come through was the band The Replacements.
I've heard of them. Yeah, I think you've talked about them.
Yeah, so they're a really famous band from the '80s. And Tommy Stinson, who was their bass player, played a show at Zounds, and that was a big deal to us. We got a bunch of press for that one because he's like, Jesus, he's a huge name playing in this like tiny venue.
That, like, circulating on
he was also in Guns N' Roses for a while too. So that one's pretty special. We did our 1-year anniversary show where I kind of brought back like some of my favorites from the whole thing. Mark and Amy played that one as well. So I
think I was there for that.
You were definitely there for that. You took pictures though.
Yeah.
That was very cool. It felt like this culmination, like we did it. A lot of these DIY places don't last a month. So for it to be a year and also the people playing to be the people that were like crushing it all this time.
That was a great song.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope I'm thinking of the right one.
Yeah. So a bunch of those. I mean, there was a bunch of crazy moments too. I mean, those are my favorite shows. There was one time, and if you'd show up, this is not allowed anymore. bit, but there was one guy who crowd surfed, and then he started going like this, and so they started throwing him into the ceiling. It's the painting that's at Zounds.
It's the cover of Zounds.
Yeah, the little zine we do. They started throwing him into the ceiling, and it was so crazy. I was terrified, but I was also got like the coolest pictures out of it.
Yeah.
That's a moment that's always burned in my brain. And then, have you ever heard of the band Breathing Techniques from Illinois? They're like a Midwest emo band.
No, I haven't. I don't think I'm familiar.
Really? Okay. They're coming back actually in a month. But
check it out, guys.
yeah, there's another band called Empty.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Probably.
So what happened was there was this small indie band I saw. They were touring, and I think they had a date like in Austin and Oklahoma City or something like that. And I was like, and that was the end of their tour. And I was like, y'all gonna do a Dallas date? So I messaged them, and then they added an extra night to the tour to come to Zounds.
That's really awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
That one was kind of out of body because I was like, I know all these songs, and not from knowing them personally. I just like already knew them. So that was really
That's
cool.
kind of how it felt like. We just went on tour and like they played with Unrecovery the first show, and I was like, so that's us, and that's the band that all of us like. It was really weird. I just did like an interview with them, and I was like, I don't know, it's kind of jarring to see like how close everyone actually really is to each other.
Yeah.
Especially in the scene.
So I give you a lot there.
No, I loved it. Thank you so much. I do want to know what does art making mean to you.
So, to me, from my experience making art, which I'm doing, I don't like paint or anything. I do write a little bit of music, but I'm mainly writing stories and stuff. This is really weird, and I guess I'm just not realizing it, but I've never created anything that I felt like I was creating as an expression of me. It's more I'm really into how to word it without sounding like so cold and like detached, but like I guess I never create for like something about me that I need to get out. It's more like, I have this really great idea. It's like almost riffing off of things I've already seen and listened to. You know what I mean? So I guess to me, it's the chase of trying to create something great. That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah, you want to like put something better into the world.
Yeah, not better like
but,
it's
like,
better,
but you know what I mean.
Better as in I have
take
this
these
idea.
ideas and morph them into something that you think is like really cool, and it's it's kind of like a reflection of your taste almost.
Yeah, a reflection of my taste, more of a reflection of me. I can't think of anything in my life that I was like, I felt this and then I needed to say this about myself. Obviously there's a lot of feeling in it, but it's never about like my life. It's more like, here's how I feel. There's a lot of my life put into it, but here's how I feel about this thing that was created, and I need to create this to sort of like
you are in fact a journalist, so that is kind of a wonderful...
I hate that though.
You
hate
that you're
the word journalist.
Oh.
No, I just don't really see myself as that, and I also hate journalism.
Kind of wild.
I've never taken a journalism class in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about journalism.
But you're
ever.
a writer. Yeah, really.
I write for a newspaper, but I just feel like this is off topic, but like I hate
interviewing you, dude.
I know. I feel like the what a journalist is and represents is so far from what I am that I hate calling myself that, because I think it rightfully if you say a journalist, you're going to think a certain thing, and I think that's okay, and people should still keep those stereotypes, not stereotype, but just like characterization. But that's just so not me, and it's unfortunate that I have that job. I do write.
It's kind of I was just the shop talking about it with Crystal. Like you interviewed both of us, and we were both in these articles.
Yeah, I like that you said.
But like we were both just like talking about how it is just like a conversation with you. We both felt very comfortable, and I didn't feel like we were being like interrogated or we had to hold anything back.
Yeah,
and
I wanted to just feel like we're hanging out.
You made like beautiful pieces like from it.
Well,
and I feel like that is how journalism should maybe be. But that's my personal opinion, because I'm kind of in a similar like boat as you. Like I don't have the money for school, but I do want to like be documenting things. Like I do want to be doing what a journalist technically does.
Yeah. Well, to me, my problem is I feel like people who are journalists or go journalists, there's this like idea of like I think there are like, oh no, you lost your storage.
That sucks.
Alright, audio's still going.
Beautiful.
Okay. Can I keep talking about journalism? Because I do have a lot of takes on it. Okay. So I feel like the journalism has this thing of like, we're the watchdogs of society, or we're the we keep people honest, and there's also this expectation, again, rightfully so. I'm not anti-journalism. This is just why I don't think I am.
Yeah.
Of like, the journalist has to be the objective, fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not that. And what the problem is, we were just at Fine Print. I like hang out with all the people, and I'm working with her. Yeah. And right. I can't.
The first interview I did was with my boyfriend. It's
right.
Like, he's just there. Like,
yeah. But for the people I write about, some of them play at Zounds later, which is so illegal. I do music, culture, and food for the Observer, so I don't write anything about like the government or anything that's going to change your life or like local stuff. But to me, there's this expectation that you need to be fly on the wall, just reporting what happens, and I hate that, because what is my job as writing about these things if not to like, I'm boosting like the local ecosystem and making people know about these things, right? How illogical would it be if I'm trying to get people involved, I'm trying to create this thing, but oh no, you can't come to my place. That's so stupid to me. Yeah, and so anyway, I've never taken everyone I work with for my whole life has had degrees in journalism. I've never gotten one. I've never taken a single class. I started, my writing background is in like blogs and stuff, so I was never like this hard, like All the President's Men, Watergate. I just hate that, and I hate that type of person. Again, sorry. I don't like the kind of person that, to me, it's like you're designing yourself to have a low ceiling because you're like, your job is dependent on other people doing great things.
Yeah.
But this is why I like having the place, because I'm at least involved in something, because I feel like a true journalist that abides by those rules, you're basically saying that as long as other people don't do great things, not only do you not have a job, you don't really have a purpose. Because if your life purpose, people who love doing this, is like, I just want to sit until someone else does something great, and then oh, this is cool. I hate that. That's so like dismissive of yourself and your life. Like I want to rule the world. Like I don't want to do that. But you know what I mean.
Like we're kind of similar in that way, because like I love this superstar thing, and it's like always something that I've really wanted to do. But like I've come from like a place with like no scene, so like I have always wanted to do that. I tried to start something. It's called Scrawny Zine back in the day. They sell flyers around Ohio. Don't talk to me. Don't at me about that.
I didn't know you had a pre-toad zine.
Yeah, that was my first zine I tried to start, and I wanted to like document DIY, but it was a desert.
No one was there to do it.
That's when I really started like coming up with the ideas for Toad Zine, because like there was nothing, so like I had to just express that like love for art making and community myself, because there was no art community. And I mean, I don't know, it's like I'm documenting things, but I also have this like little baby project that I love. Like my Toad Zine is like your Zound Sons, I feel. So final question I'd like to ask you: what is coming next for Simon Pruitt?
Oh, for me, not for Sounds.
Or Sounds, whatever.
So I just bought into this movie theater.
Yeah.
Small. It's a micro cinema. It's got 35 seats. It's down the street from here. It's in Oak Cliff, Dallas. That's really cool. So it's kind of like Zounds in the DIY sense. It's a little less DIY than Zounds. Like, we have nice stuff there. Tonight, I'm going to see one of my favorite bands called Low Cut Connie at the Kessler Theater, which it's already happened by now. What's really cool is I loved this band for so long. I got to write about them last year for The Observer because they have this concert film and documentary about them called Art Dealers. So when I got Spacey, I saw that the last show of Low Cut's tour is tonight. They don't have dates until August, and so I reached out to the people that I knew from previously, and I was like, hey, I have this movie theater. Do you want to stay an extra night, and we'll screen it and do a Q&A?
You love asking people to stay an extra night.
I know, I love it. I know. I'm going to ask you to not go to Ann Arbor.
I know, stay one more night.
one more. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to see Low Cut Connie at the Kessler, and then tomorrow night, the lead singer, Adam, is going to be at my theater for my first screening there, screen the film. We're going to do a Q&A after, so that's really cool.
It's beautiful.
And then, big picture, I don't know, working on some music. I got a little movie thing I'm trying to put together. A lot of big, I kind of see them as like my, like tickets out. Like I do my thing I love here. Like Zounds is kind of like a churning butter. It's like, keep going. There's not going to be one show at Zounds that takes me until whatever. Mm-hmm. So as that happens, I got these two sort of things
It's good to have multiple projects.
I've got two things that hopefully are going to break me out of Dallas a little bit.
I was going to ask you real quick, what's next for Zounds? You got anything like big that you want to talk about?
Breathing Techniques, the band from Illinois. So it's weird. I don't know why they did this. This is like a thing emo bands do sometimes. Because I remember you talked about that one guy who has like 10 band names, but it's all just him. You know? Remember that guy? Maybe you don't want to promo.
Yeah, I know.
But it's yo no. But like so, breathing techniques is also empty parking lot, and they're on 2 different Spotify
Oh, I
pages.
think I know Empty Parking Lot.
Yeah, it's the
I
same
didn't know
band.
that was Breathing Techniques.
That's breathing techniques. It's the same band,
Oh.
but like they just play both
Yeah.
songs at all the live shows. But I don't know why they bill it as one or the other. So anyway, next month, Empty Parking Lot is coming to Sounds. Last time it was Breathing Techniques, but it's the exact same band, I think. So
They
I'm
might
really
change,
excited
like,
for that.
one member. I know a lot of bands do that. Like one member
Yeah,
is
maybe.
like on bass
But
instead
it's
of
like,
drums.
but they play all the same songs though.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like
silly.
when they were at the show last time, they were like, okay, this is an Empty Parking Lot song, and this is a Breathing Technique song, but it's the same
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So anyway, so they're coming next month, and then we're gonna do that big songwriter festival sometime soon. You have an outro or anything?
No, I haven't locked in that hard.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. I'm probably gonna like put a clip of me talking once I start editing this. 36 minutes, damn.
That's not that long.
It's not, but
She'll chop it
the
up.
last one was like 18 minutes, like recording time. All right. Thank you so much, Simon. Hey guys, I just want to record a quick outro. Just saying a huge shout out and thank you to Simon for being on the channel, and a huge shout out to you if you made it this far listening to that atrocious audio. I will be getting a good microphone soon, so soon. And thank you so much for watching. If you did watch, like, this is seriously so awesome. Even to have like over like 3 views is like really it's really cool to me. Yeah, thank you guys so much. If you do DIY stuff, that's what this channel is all about. So send me a DM. I'm everywhere. And these things, do that and whatever. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Simon. I hope you have an awesome day.